back with Professor Romali.
What I found interesting during my time in China as a professor of Jewish thought was the attitude of the local government towards innovation and towards entrepreneurs. They had a up-down system where the leadership were highly educated Communist Party members, which were taught on the benches of Marxist socialism and idealism and utopianism. And they would work within the centralized government, within the local government administrations, seeking out entrepreneurs and business people and people with ideas, or travelers or tourists or foreign professors of Jewish thought, and they would seek to find ways to activate them within a social context to help society. They were an army corps of engineers seeking to build China, to build it not from the central, but to take the centralized ideas and go out to the provinces and go out to the localities and go out to the farms and bring incredible ideas and to cross-cultivate them with whatever opportunities they had. And in that way, it was a very interesting graft of a utopian socialist idea onto Confucianism, onto the conservatism of the local culture. And I actually witnessed during this period of time the mushrooming of the new Chinese civilization, and I wondered what and how it compared to the great boom of the Western civilizations, were it to use its own components and its own heritage and to cross-cultivate and to graft different ideas onto each other for the purpose of its own social evolution. And I wondered to myself, why shouldn't the Hebrew civilization undertake a similar engineering-like approach to society, but to do it in a different way, to cross-cultivate the great heritage of the Hebrew idea, which was the individuality of all humanity. The first ideas stated in the Bible, in the image of God, man was created. Man and woman, they were created in God's image. 3 times it's mentioned. That basic individuality and decentralization of information, of biology, of chemistry, of quantum mechanics, as it manifests in an individual, and to graft that onto law and onto efficiency and onto technology and onto the rights of the individual to their creative and knowledge, and to share. So the opposite, really, of what the Chinese centrality and the centrality of government, to take that idea of great centrality and the effectiveness of that centrality, but to graft it onto the individuality of every human on earth. Certain industries are accelerating at great speed and leaps and bounds. The medical industry, great idealists went into medicine and they expanded and accelerated our achievements so that health is available and society is not losing thousands, hundreds, millions of people to unnecessary deaths. But there is very little development and acceleration in the government arena. People are sharing their ideas over the net, and social evolution is expanding. Our networks, our perception of group, our perception of ideas, our religions, our sense of the human family, our ideas of business, our ideas of shared social networks, our ideas of databases and shared information through databases and the connectivity through these databases are changing so rapidly, whilst governance is the very force which was so robust and important and dynamic about governance was the law that was so adaptable and could change, has now become the opposite and has calcified. A bureaucracy that is an obstacle must be held accountable. It must be called to account. There must be a Public Servants Accountability Act. There must be a call for a movement to resist the self-perpetuation of a structure which is imposing a will that has no sense. And the solution forward is a call to digitalization of governments and governance and officialdom and bureaucracy with artificial intelligence and artificial general intelligence, and that governance should become free, just like oxygen and water. The free flow of information to the individual and the freedom and removal of obstacles for those individuals to use this information will be the foundations of the greatest movement that humanity has encountered until now.